Hey warriors, it's Jessica, your favorite retired nurse here and fellow MG warrior. Today we're going to talk about one of our favorite videos on energy conservation. Today's video is a modified version of the popular spoon theory for chronic illness as one of the answers to explain why we feel crappy after we overdo it and how to survive and live with MG and maybe even have some good quality of life. But before we can begin, let's talk a little bit about MG, or Myasthenia gravis. It is a chronic neuromuscular disease that causes weakness in your voluntary muscles, which are muscles connected to your bones, in your face, throat, arms, legs, and more. It's an autoimmune disease where the body mistakenly attacks healthy cells or proteins critical for the normal muscle function. In terms of energy, myasthenia gravis is a condition that makes you feel super tired and weak, like your body is running on low battery all the time. It's because your muscles don't get the signals they need to work properly. It's like your body's energy system is glitching, making it hard to do everyday things. With myasthenia gravis, it's all about balance. When you overdo it with myasthenia gravis, it's like pushing your body beyond its limits. Your muscles get even more tired and weak, and they might start to give out on you. It's a bit like overloading a circuit. Things start to shut down, and you might experience a flare-up of symptoms like extreme fatigue, muscle weakness, difficulty breathing, or swallowing. It's important to pace yourself and listen to your body to avoid overdoing it. I like to explain energy conservation using the spoon theory. So, imagine you wake up with a handful of magic spoons that represent your energy for the day. Let's say it's about 20 spoons. For people with conditions like myasthenia gravis, they might have a fewer spoons than others, so they have to be smart about how they spend them. Each spoon is the amount of energy it takes to perform an activity. Each time you do something, like showering, dressing, cooking, or even hanging out with friends, you use up spoons. You decide how much energy it takes, depending on how you feel for the day. With MG, sometimes it takes energy just getting out of bed. So let's say it took energy to get out of bed because of pain or weakness or fatigue. So today you decide it was 3 spoons. That means you only have 17 spoons left for the rest of the day. You go through the day just like that. When you run out of all your spoons, then you have 2 options. Call it a day and rest, or borrow from the next day. But just like borrowing money, you gotta pay it back. Rest is like recharging your spoon supply. Take a break. Napping or just chilling out can help replenish your energy and give you back some spoons. It's like plugging in your phone to charge. You're refueling your energy reserves so you can tackle the rest of the day with a fresh set of spoons. Rest is super important for managing your energy levels and making sure you have enough spoons for whatever comes your way. If you use up all your spoons, then you have in a day, you might want to dip into tomorrow's spoon stash. However, that means you'll start the next day with fewer spoons than usual. So let's say you borrow 10 spoons from the next day. That leaves you 10 spoons for the entire day. And something that same task you did yesterday that you thought you only took 2 spoons now may take 4. So that explains why you feel bad the next day. You can get back spoons simply by resting. Again, it's totally subjective. So you need to be extra mindful of your energy levels and maybe take it easy to avoid running on empty. It's all about balance and knowing when to give yourself a break to avoid burning out in the long run. So today, say you want to go to the park with your child, but you also need to get groceries. You figure it might take 4 spoons each. So, in order to rest, to regain those 4 spoons, maybe instead of going to the grocery store, have it delivered online and take that time to rest. And after you go to the park, try to rest during and finally rest after, just in case it took more energy than you thought. With a little compromise and finding workarounds, you can still enjoy events and have quality of life. You can do this for every important task. If you use this system, you can make it through the day, usually without suffering the consequences of weakness, fatigue, or even a flare the next day. Sometimes you can even use the rest before, possibly during and after a major event and not suffer, but it's not a guarantee. If you use up all your spoons too quickly, you might not have enough energy left for important things later on. It's a way to visualize and manage your energy levels to prevent exhaustion. For many NGers, heat can also steal your spoons. Just going out in the heat makes them weak and tired and can even trigger a flare. So factor the heat as energy and the time spent in the heat as spoons. Many MGers understand this theory and kind of automatically do it. But there comes a time, like special events, when they have to weigh the risks with the benefits. We know no matter what we do, we will suffer after, but we accept it and prepare before going and after to try to soften the blow. Sometimes it works and other times not so much, but to them and us and me, no regrets. It was worth it. If you followed this system and did not overdo it, but feel awful next day, then you have to become your own detective. First, listen to your body. Again, see what seems off. Second, look for possible triggers that could include infection, medication, surgery, stress. Stress, good or bad, the brain does not care, and so on. I'll be making a video about possible triggers in another video. So stay tuned. If you find one of those triggers, try to eliminate it. Wait and see if you recover. If no recovery, or you get worse, have a conversation with your doctor. And if breathing becomes an issue, go to the emergency room. Let's talk about the good moments for a bit. Living with MG, you'll always have those days when you feel like you won the lottery and with your spoons. You wake up feeling energized, your pain levels are manageable, and you have a good amount of spoons in your hand. On those days, you can do things you love, spend time with loved ones, or maybe even try something new. These are moments you live for the moments that make the struggle worth it. And then there are the not so good days. The days when you wake up and feel like you're already used up all your spoons. Your body aches, you're exhausted, and you're wondering how you're going to make it through the day. On those days, it's important to remember that it's okay to take it easy, to rest, and to take care of yourself. It's okay to say no to things, to cancel plans, not to do anything at all. It's okay to be kind to yourself. Living with MG is a journey, a marathon, not a sprint. You're constantly learning, adapting, and adjusting. It's about finding what works for you, what helps you to conserve your energy and manage your symptoms. It's about creating a lifestyle that allows you to live with your best life, even with MG. It's about being realistic about your limitations, but also about celebrating your victories, no matter how small. So, take care of my MG warriors. Catch you on the next video. Until next time, remember to focus on the good moments and let go of the rest.